Hello, everyone. It has been a while. Fuck Knuckles. Welcome back to an AFA update stream because we've been, spamming you pretty hard with all the different things that have been going on. And I know Ridgefield, Connecticut has been primary to your update needs. But there's a video that preceded Ridgefield, Connecticut. And that was Homophobe Joe of Warwick, Rhode Island. Do you guys remember Homophobe Joe? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Homophobe Joe. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't quite recall who that is. Let's see what the chat says. Hello to our members. We have Kentucky Girl, Jody Who, John Speedway, Melissa Stedman, Firm Audits, Unindoctrinated, YouTube Turns, Loose Cunt. Great to see all you guys, members coming in. A lot of okay. So Andre Cordo, great to see you. This is a huge update for that ass. Before we start, I should let you know, because you guys are wondering, like, AFA, where have you been? Where have you been? Dying, apparently. So as you guys know, I travel an awful lot to California. I was in California about 2 weeks ago. I did have to go to the emergency room there because I was not able to breathe. I went to the emergency room in California, and they had like a crash team assembled. And after just 2 hours, they released me and said that I just had a mild case of just random onset asthma. Well, 2 days later, I travel home to the beautiful state of Massachusetts, and while I'm on the plane, I can barely breathe at all. So by the time I land, I'm not even getting air out. I was too tired to go to the hospital. So I went to urgent care the next day, and the people at urgent care were like, your oxygen is 78%. You got to go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room. But before I went to urgent care, I was actually doing an interview to get ready for a big video I'm going to be dropping with a judge, a whistleblowing judge. It's going to be huge. And I couldn't breathe. I made it through a 2-hour interview to then be admitted to the emergency room for several days afterwards for respiratory failure by hypoxia. So I was able to, that's got to be a credit to my journalism, right, folks? I was able to conduct a 2-hour interview with a judge while having respiratory failure. So, of course, we came back. I'm feeling better. We're back at it. But you've been waiting for this update. So they've been dragging their feet a little bit. I want to get you guys up to date with what happened at Warwick City Hall and let you know the huge update that stands right now. So I haven't done this in a little bit. By the way, guys, if you want to help out, feel free. Pinned to the top of the chat is the pay links. If you want to help, feel free. Appreciated, not required. So let's bring up what led us here. And that was Homophobe Joe. Let's take a look at Homophobe Joe, then give you the big update. I also heard your mail clerk, Joe, use homophobic hate speech because we're doing what seems like you have a problem with right now. So I was just wondering, is calling people homophobic names and hate speech part of tourism?
I have information for you. And
where can I find?
If we have a trouble code, I don't want to.
That's fine. Where can I find homophobic employees on the brochure?
You can go right here, and you can go down to the mayor's office and ask them.
Which page is homophobic Joe on? Is Joe in here? Like, is that part of the welcome committee to Warwick? Is
yes.
Come to the mailroom and get called really bad names? Oh, so it's on the travel guide. We can probably find the map to where to be insulted by a homophobic employee. Just right on the travel guide.
I'm pissed. What are you doing?
Oh, that's gonna. We're not. You can do whatever you want.
I'm taking my picture.
I'm already taking your picture. You're on camera, buddy. Huh? What did he say? He said, "Don't take my picture. Don't be a jerk to me." What is going on here? Is this for real?
Yeah, I told you. You feel like you're.
Is this for real?
No, you for real.
I am for real. Pinch me, I'm real.
You feel like.
I have a life. It's filming you right now.
I don't want to be filmed.
So you work for the city?
I do. I don't want to be filmed.
Oh, you work for the city. I'm gonna check back in by Friday to see what's happened with Joe. If homophobe Joe is still on staff, we're gonna send a notice of intent to the city of Warwick for the negligent supervision of Joe and for his use of homophobic hate speech as a way to deter our First Amendment right. Just so you guys know.
We will
Okay.
follow.
So I do want to be perfectly clear. Joe said the FAGG ends in a something else, and that's his freedom of speech, right? It might not be an acceptable, and thank you for gifting out memberships, might not be an acceptable thing to say. It might not be something that you agree with. Brandon Mitchell, a member for 2 months, says smash the like button, it's free, thank you. Might not be something you agree with, but it is his free speech. But let's remember, he doesn't have free speech while he's on the clock. We're not paying him an exorbitant salary. And this isn't just some normal city official. This guy touches base and touches every single city building inside the city. We don't pay him to use that type of language. And when you're a city official, you're void of free speech. Thirdly, he wasn't using his free speech to just try and, share his views on the world. He said something so derogatory, he thought we wouldn't use the video. We'd scrub it, because why would we show something like that? We didn't scrub the video. We showed it. And we made a promise to them. We said the last person that used that type of speech was fired from their job. That's true. So let's fast forward real quick. I don't even like showing this part. But let's fast forward real quick to where he makes the comment, and then we're going to go over where we're at now, because a lot of huge updates right now with what's going on.
A lawyer, guys.
Well,
call him
yeah. Salary. I am.
Where's he going? Where's
He's pissed.
he going?
I'm pissed.
I'm not sure. Can you hold on one second?
That would be great. Yeah. I don't know. You might have to do that directly through the PD. Here. We need to speak to Stephen Rotundo.
He's calling somebody.
We need to speak to Stephen Rotundo.
He's calling somebody at FAG.
Okay, so it's very clear what he said. No questions about it. That's what he said. Was not very nice. So AFA. Now this is a couple months ago. A lot of big updates. Okay, so Megan, one of the City Hall employees, as seen here, and she'll strike me for even daring to show her face, because when you work for the public, there's a lot of disdain for the public. And we, the public, when we go to the Warwick City Hall, we need to recognize that we work for them, and we should abide by their commands. So let's see how Megan acted.
It's like ghetto and the sign's just like that way.
How you guys doing?
Hello.
Good. You mind telling me what your name is and what you do in this office here, please? You don't want to?
No, for domestic violence, actually, you guys are filming, and I'm gonna contact my lawyer because I'm not ready for domestic violence. So we'll see this on social media.
Well, I mean, listen, you work for the public,
Yeah.
so
I do, but I will call my lawyer after this.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely call your lawyer.
I'm me,
And I'm him.
and he's us.
We're together.
We're together. Contacting a lawyer to make sure that it's okay that we film here.
If you need to, you can more than likely
Okay, guys, and this is where the story starts to unfold. So first we meet homophobic Joe, who, tries to use prior restraint vis-a-vis his language to keep us from using the video. And then we meet Megan, who tells us that it's against the law to film her without direct consent from her lawyer. So we file our complaints, we do our records request, we leave that day, and No Name comes back another day, right? He wants to do a follow-up audit and see how they're behaving. However, thanks so much, Jeremy, for the 99-cent super sticker. So when No Name is there, the employee that you just saw, Megan, she calls her friend, Christopher Roy. Now, Chris, aside from being a domestic assassin, a domestic violence lover, also used to be a police officer until he was mysteriously canned. We'll go over his whole record. But she calls him up and she says to him, these guys are filming me at the city hall. It's time for you to come down and kick some ass because the people don't get to film in public. So then, in his infinite wisdom, this prior police officer shows up while No Name's filming, and the unbelievable happens yet again.
You guys know the mailman, Joe? You guys know the mailman, Joe? You guys know the mailman, Joe?
So there you have it. So now No Name, oh, thank you, Mad Hatter Matt. So now No Name gets himself assaulted. So we need to start doing some research into who this fuckknuckle is. Now, this fuckknuckle was, and they figured this out. The police did a decent job here. They figured out that this guy was called by Megan. Okay, so Megan, don't film me Megan, who works with homophobic Joe, calls the domestic former cop. And, he at first the police show up to his house and he says, no, I didn't do any of that stuff. I didn't do any of what they're, and then finally he gets called out. He's shit-faced, by the way. And he admits to being called by his friend, Megan, who works there, and then going down to City Hall and then assaulting No Name at her behest. So now you got one city official, homophobe Joe, engaging in bigotry and trying to censor our free speech and threatening us. Now you got the other one, don't film me, Megan, talk to my lawyer, Megan, saying that you can't film and we can't film without the permission of her lawyer. And now on another audit, she calls an ex-police officer to show up to the scene again. And now for the third time, every time increasing in its level of depravity, now using violence. So we did our due diligence to look into Mr. Roy. And this is Christopher M. Roy is the gentleman that you just saw in the video. He's had a number of jobs, very, very important jobs at that. But you'll also notice that two of his jobs were as a Woonsocket Reserve police officer and then a Woonsocket police officer, both dates ending at the same time. So this fucking fuckknuckle here was a police officer. And you'd wonder, I would wonder, we would all wonder how he would become a police officer when we start looking at his record. For example, driving with a suspended license, freshwater fishing without a license, criminal misdemeanor, filed no contest, receiving stolen goods, $1,500. Another driving without a license. Then we have the simple assault domestic that he received. And then we have the disorderly conduct / domestic that he received and took a pleading on. Then we have, and these are all separate cases, guys. This is the other driving with suspended. And then this is the other simple domestic. And that's the other simple domestic. and then we have this simple domestic was dismissed. And then, of course, simple domestic, no pleading. So, And I wonder, like, you know, the wife beater, the little tank tops, when these cops walk out the door in the morning and they throw on a wife beater, is that just so you can identify the police officer like easily? Like, 40% of police officers beat their wives. And you know what? One of two ways are going to prove that. This wife beater, blue line issue that I'm wearing, or my rap sheet. That's the two ways you can figure that out. You can't even make this shit up. It's just too funny. So, we're at a standstill. Christopher Roy goes to the police department, okay? We have copies of the police report. Now, the police say he was shit-faced drunk when they picked him up. You know who picked him up after he was charged with disorderly conduct and assault and destroying property? Megan. That's right. It's on the police report. The same woman that said you can't film in public without speaking to her attorney is the same person that picked him up. Weird, because Megan isn't dating Roy. Roy's dating someone else. When the police officer went to his house to arrest him and question him, he was his girlfriend. So I'm just guessing something might not be kosher there. Anyway, Chris Roy, brave former Woonsocket police officer, the very best of us, the brave blue bitch, blue backing ball bandit. Can you imagine a respiratory failure? What if AFA couldn't talk again? Anyways, he misses his court dates. He gets warrants. Why does he get warrants? Because, folks, he goes on the run. Brave police officer sworn to uphold the law doesn't follow the law much himself, as we know, because he's got a 12-page rap sheet. So he's still on the run. So what is the update, you ask? What is the update that AFA is serving to us this evening? Well, it's great that you ask. Now, I can't show because I don't want to show this guy's phone number. So I'm going to read this. This comes from the law offices of Ursillo, Tights, and Rich. Oh, thank you, Banana Rana. And guys, thank you so much. A Banana say, thanks for the dedication, Josh. Super chat and send Josh some love and get well wishes. I appreciate it, Banana. Thank you so much. You guys want to help? Listen, I've been out of it for a little bit. We're getting some new equipment in here. We're doing quite a bit for you. And like I said, in the past 3 months, I've done, I think, 6 cross-country trips, going again in just a couple weeks here, filming with everyone. If you guys want to help, very, very, very much appreciated. And I'll even do a shirt giveaway. So, you guys, a couple people that super chat, we'll select one at random at the end of the night, and we'll do a free t-shirt giveaway. I do appreciate it. But anyways, back to where we were at. So we get I don't want to show this email because it has the guy's friggin' phone number right on it. I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to read it. So Peter Squires from Ursillo, Tights, and Rich emails us saying, I represent the city of Warwick, Rhode Island. In November of 2022, you visited the City Hall in the city of Warwick, where an appropriate comment was made toward you or someone you were with by an employee of the city. I would like to briefly discuss the matter with you if you have a moment. My number is blank, 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 blank. If you have time to discuss, thank you, Peter. So I respond, and I said, Peter, I just tried calling with no answer. What's a better time for you? We played phone tag back and forth. And finally, I said to Peter, if you provide me with a time that works for you after 11 a.m., I'll call your office. Would you mind providing more detail as to what you're looking for, as this issue was some time ago? And Peter responds, it's a personnel matter where we may need you or the person you are with as a witness. I wanted to check on availability and willingness to testify. I'll be available in the office between 11 a.m. and 11:30 if you'd like to discuss further. Well, my curiosity was piqued. So I did discuss this with him further. So, and here's now, he couldn't give me too much information as it was an ongoing disciplinary matter. However, homophobe Joe is represented by the union. So Joe had been fired is what happened. And we told them he would be, right? The guy from Melrose, fired. All these different people, fired. So we ask, he says, yeah, there was an action taken against his employment, which means he was fired. And because he's in the union, he has a right to an arbitration or a hearing. Now, what would the arbitration be in this matter? He would have said something. Oh, thanks so much, Jody. Who? Josh is doing the work. Thanks for Josh and Bananarana. Thank you. So, what would the arbitration be? The only thing he could say is, I didn't say that. And the lawyer even gave that fucking example. He's like, well, he could go in there and say, oh, this is fantastic, instead of the other word that doesn't really rhyme with fantastic. I mean, this is really just one word he said. Anyways, and that's what unions do, okay? Like, for example, the Fraternal Order of Pussies. What they do is no matter what a cop does to you, they will defend him, right? And it's funny that police officers think that pro bono attorneys or attorneys that are provided by the state, they're scumbags. They'll take anyone, or defense attorneys will take anyone. The worst attorneys in the fucking world are the fuck knuckles, dick sacks that work for unions, because it does not matter what you do. Okay. A police officer could see an unarmed baby, a white baby walking across the street. And the officer could literally open fire on that baby and say that it was a white baby. I thought it was a black baby. I shot the fucker. And then the Fraternal Order of Police are going to make that case to a civilian panel into court to be like, listen, that baby was talking shit. That white baby was crip walking across the street, and he was doing a terrible, impersonation of Nicolas Cage. That baby, thank you so much, Unindoctrinated. That baby was a shitbag. That baby was a dick sack. So we need to represent this police officer. And that's what's happening in this case, where the union doesn't much give a fuck what this guy did, who he did it to, or why he did it. The only thing he cares about is getting this guy off. And if you're in a business where you take a stipend of money every week, every month, to protect someone, regardless of what they do you know what that is? Put it in the chat. You take money every single week to protect people from any consequences. Write in the chat what that is. Write in the chat what that's called. I'll give you guys a second, because I know someone's going to pull this. Mitten State Media got it. That's right. The mob. Okay, that's called a racket, aka protection, aka sextortion. Actually, it wouldn't be sextortion, because homophobe Joe isn't really into the whole sex thing. But regardless, they're charging a racket. They're saying you can engage in Matthew became a member. Thanks so much. Welcome to AFA Bronze. F in Reality. What's up, bro? Also, Patrick Bell Sr. Great to see you. That's all that it is. You're saying to these people, you can do whatever you want, but as long as you pay us a little bit of money, we'll defend you. That's fucking RICO. But the government can do it. Now, of course, there's unions for a lot of jobs. It's not just the government. Oh, Brandon Mitchell, thanks so much. I hope you're enjoying your AFA shirt. Anthony DeVito, the baddest dude in Revere. So, and this lies in the problem. You can do and these cops don't give a shit because they have qualified immunity, right? Oh, what's up, McCucumber? They can do whatever the fuck they want because there's two things protecting them. Number one, the union. They can go kick a baby right now. Oh, Canada's watching. Thank you so much. But I'll go over all the super chats at the end as well. They could kick a baby right now. They're not going to jail. Derek Chauvin was the unicorn. Okay. The fact that he went to jail for hurting anyone is absolutely crazy because he had qualified immunity and he had the union. Okay. These cops cannot get any dirtier. They couldn't, but they do. So now this union is going full throttle to protect this guy. And let me also ask you a question. We remember Chris Roy, the guy with the super long record. How the fuck did he become a police officer? Okay, that's a big question. You guys should all ask yourselves right now. Oh, Debbie Baker. Thank you so much, Debbie Baker. $10 super sticker. Thank you. I really want you to ask yourself, with a record like that, and of course, listen, guys, don't be afraid of the record, okay? I have myself a criminal record. I know you can't believe this. I know you can't believe it. I myself have a criminal record. I'm not hating on the record. It's far from it. My record is who I am. I was able to overcome who I was to become who I am, to try and exact change, to try and do my best to have you folks assist me in keeping other people accountable to great lengths, with huge assistance from the other activists and people that are involved in this movement, other channels, people watching, members, all you guys. Okay, so we're all in this together. However, how the fuck does this guy get in? Now, I want to show you another quick clip of this guy's behavior. Why am I stuck here? We got to go back here. All right.
Warwick City Hall up.
This guy, how's he become a cop?
You guys know the mailman Joe?
Okay. So, and then you look at that, right? And you say, all right, that maybe that was just a bad day for this shit-faced, wife-beating buffoon. And then you go through his criminal record, his criminal record, his criminal record, his criminal record. And listen, I don't have a problem. You have a criminal record. You overcome your criminal record and be anything. But a person who has a longer criminal record than the people he's investigating or throwing handcuffs on is not somebody that should be on the streets enforcing law. And in fact, he was, among other things. Well, let's look at some of the other things he did to improve people's lives. He worked at a laboratory. He was the COO of Hope, Heal, and Health. I don't know how he hoped to heal people with their health. Maybe it was by assaulting them. But he worked for, he was a cannabis consultant. He was the owner and CEO. You see, this guy has a fuck ton of jobs in a very short amount of time, all between 2016, 2019. So this guy is applying to the police force, okay? And by the way, guys, real quick, what's the only animal with a dick on its back? What's the only animal with a dick on its back? That would be a police horse. Moving forward. So when this guy goes in, we're going to play a little role play here, okay? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, YouTube Turns. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of role play here. Let's do this role play together. Oh, Debbie Baker again. Thank you so much, Debbie. Did I just miss it? Debbie, thank you, Debbie. And I'll go over all these again later. So I want to go through this. Maybe someone could help me. Is Leroy Truth actually available? I want to do this cold. Maybe Banana Rand is. Somebody's got to be available to help me get through this, because I don't think I could do this alone. So I'm going to send a link to Leroy Truth, and he's going to hire me, and I'm going to be Chris Roy, because I really want to put pen to paper here and figure out how the fuck this guy got a job. So Leroy's probably not, he might be on a date right now. He's very big into the online dating. So let's send it over to Leroy here. See if he has a second to come on. He's not going to be ready. In fact, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him right now and see if he's ready to just come on and do this cold with us. Okay? Let's call him. He might not. If not, I can wing it by myself because I'm a fucking superstar. Oh, Jimmy. Thank you, by the way, Jimmy. Thank you very much.
Hello, Joshua.
Hey, I just sent you a link. I was wondering if you could come up on my channel and help us role play. You don't need to be in a big fancy studio. You can literally just click the link on your phone. I am going to be this police officer, and you're going to be the police chief, and you're going to interview me. And we're basically going to role play the guy that was involved in this incident with the crazy criminal record and became a cop. So I'd like to be the police officer, and you be the police chief. Could we do that?
Yeah, what's my perspective on it?
You're just going to interview me to see if I'm right for the job. You're going to ask me the normal questions, qualifications, criminal background, what I like to do in my spare time, all that normal stuff.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, I just sent you the link. Feel free to come on up. We're gonna do this.
Right.
See if I get hired. Okay, he's going to be the chief of the Woonsocket Police Department. I could have called Freeman. I already asked Leroy. Freeman would have been good. Thank you, Jimmy, by the way. Jimmy sent a $5 PayPal. Really appreciate that. Oh, and we got the new t-shirt. Guys. Oh, my God. It's don't back the... Oh, it looks so good. Look at this. We don't ID. Guys, go to the merch page. Check out the merch. Erica just kills it with the merch. We're just waiting for Leroy to come up right now, and he's going to be the police officer. I got my resume. Don't you fuckers think for a second I don't have my resume. I got it right here. Scoozy, I burped. Here's my resume. All right, I'm ready for this shit. I was born for this job. Here's my resume. The hell's Leroy? And by the way, he doesn't know what this guy's criminal background is. This was before his time and before coming around. So he does not know anything about this. So as far as he knows, I'm just fucking with him. This is, just a big thing. So let's get him up here. He should be up here in just a second. And if he goes too long, I'm not going to have any time for him because I'm a drunken cop and I got shit to do. Like James Freeman says, 40% of cops will beat their wives. 100% of cops will beat yours. So that's what I think. I think the cops should wear wife beaters because it's literally a tank top that was designed for them. It's an all-purpose occasion. All right. Now he's going to be like extra. So we have to call him and remind him that, he doesn't have time to be extra. And he's literally just going to jump on the fucking link. And then that's it. He doesn't need to have a tie on and all that shit. He's just going to come backstage. Hey. Huh?
I'm trying to get on right now, and it's not remember my password. I'm on my phone.
It's just it's friggin' StreamYard. You click the link, you come up.
Yeah, it's not showing my password's not letting me come in. I'm gonna try it again.
Okay, we'll try it one more time. If it does not work, you just call me back. I'll call you back on Messenger, and we'll do it this way because I think the people can hear you.
All right.
Okay, bye. Super chat party. Everyone send a $20 super chat. Ready, go. Fuck Knuckles. I die for this shit. I'm on like a series. I have to drink like 0 calorie shit. It's 0 sugar shit. It's bad. It's bad. Die for this shit. Good to see you guys. I missed you. We're going to be back on the weekly updates. We got a couple other. We're actually behind the 8 ball. We got one with Old Man Mike coming up. So you guys got some good shit coming. We're going to have to call Leroy because this isn't really working here. So we'll just call him since he has oh my God. Okay. I gave you a huge fucking ring, so I don't feel bad about this one. Okay, cool. RJ, my brother, upgraded to AFA Gold. Thank you. We're just gonna call him because I don't want to hold the show up anymore, and this is actually driving me fucking kind of crazy here. So here we go.
It's not letting me answer it like this.
Yeah. Okay. So say something nice and clear, so people at home can hear you.
Right. Hello, everybody. This is Leroy here. Leroy Truth.
Okay, perfect. I think they can all hear you pretty good. All right, great. So I am applying for a job. You are our chief buck futter is your name. Okay.
right.
You are Chief Buckfutter of the Woonsocket Police Department, and I am applying for a job. My name is Chris Roy, and I'm applying for a job. So I'm walking in. Hello, good afternoon, Chief Buckfutter. Yeah, Buckfutter. I'm here for the job.
All right, yeah, hello. Well, nice to see you. And we have very high standards here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a series of questions to determine if you are a good fit for our department.
Okay, sure.
All right, so first of all is why do you want to become a police officer?
Why do I want to become a police officer? That's great. I've had a series of other businesses. None of them really have taken yet. And I figured I'll get arrested less if I have a badge. So I would like to join Woonsocket's finest.
All right, so that's pretty typical to a lot of the people that I have interviewed and hired previously. So, okay, everything's good there. And how do you feel when people in your life in general don't do what you say?
How do I feel when people in my life don't do what I say? Well,
Yeah.
Chief, could I provide an example? Because I have about 9 of them, and let me answer with this: domestic assault, 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 domestic assault. That's 7. Okay?
All right.
Domestic assault.
Here's the thing. Was it your fault or was it their fault?
I guess it's their fault. They didn't learn the first time I told them.
All right. And have you ever talked to anybody about it? Maybe going to a shrink, once in a while? Or...
I don't need a shrink. I smoke weed. In fact, among a lot of the things I do, I've owned Hope Heal Health Incorporated, and I've owned Grow Smart Solutions Inc., the cannabis consultant. So,
listen, young man, listen. If I do hire you, you cannot say anything, out loud about your weed. I'm not going to say anything about it. That's your business. But if you do that, just don't say anything to me or any other boys or the woman, the one woman, the token woman we hired to meet the quotas. And so, however, if you had to enforce the law because of marijuana possession or something, would you be willing to do that even though you do a little bit of that growing on the side?
give me some cocaine. I'm down for fucking anything once. And I mean anything. There was this, let me tell you, there was this French bulldog in Tijuana that knew how to floss without the use of its paws. Know how to get a man going. That shit's provocative. So yeah, you provide the blow, I'll provide the show.
All right. Well, you said nothing so far that would preclude you from this yet. This is, within the range of reliability. And how were your grades in school, by the way?
What do you mean school?
Like school, did you graduate high school and, what were your grades?
Let me check my Intellius background check.
All right, I'll trust you. You could do the background check. I don't
It appears I've got a general education certificate. I got a GED.
All right, that's fine. All right. So were you in the top of your class, middle, and bottom before you?
I was a bottom. His name was Bill, and I was a bottom. Oh,
right.
the bottom. I was in the bottom of everyone. I was never really a top. I was a power bottom.
All right. Well, I really don't care your sexuality. That doesn't play any bearing in this at all. We have to make sure we say that for the purposes of, in case they audit us, etc. And when people of authority tell you what to do you generally listen to them?
I mean, no, because I kept getting arrested, I guess. So I don't know. There was the whole suspended license, receiving stolen property. They told me to show up to court recently after I got that warrant, and it didn't happen. Right. So yeah. No, I generally, I have a hard time with that one.
Well, don't tell anyone I said this, but between you and I like that you've been on that side of things. You can really understand the need for officers like myself and yourself, if I hire you, to create law and order, really at all costs.
Yeah.
Wink, 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 wink.
Back to blue.
That's it, man. That's what I wanted to hear right there. All right. I think you're going to be damn good at this. And do you have a propensity to violence with any type of small furry animals or magnifying glass, those magnifiers?
Do I have a propensity to violence for small furry animals?
Yeah,
well,
small furry animals.
I'll tell you one thing. I attacked that kid No Name, and he is a furry little animal. He's a tiny furry little thing. So I'd have to say yes on that one.
All right. And have you, by chance, you don't have to answer because you don't want, but have you killed anyone before?
I don't know. I don't check their pulse after I dump a mag in them. You know, I got shit to do. You know, the new iPhone just came out. Like, who the fuck has time to dump a 15-round mag into somebody and then be like, I wonder if they're breathing? You know, that's crazy.
I gotta digest that. Hold on.
Well, I did a mag dump. So let me ask you a question, Leroy. We don't have to, I think, continue. So let me ask you a question, Leroy. Does Officer Chief Buckfutter, does Officer Chris Roy have the job with the Woonsocket Police Department?
Yes.
He does. Now, Leroy, if I was to tell you that every single charge that I read off, all 6 domestic violence, the 2 driving without a suspended license, the receiving stolen property over $1,500, and the illegal federal fishing violation, if I was to tell you that all of that was true and from his criminal record before he was hired as a police officer, and that he was in fact hired as a police officer with that record, what would you say?
I would say as long as his IQ wasn't too high, that wouldn't preclude him from joining our force.
You don't have to be the chief anymore.
Oh, okay. So you're asking me.
Yeah, I'm really asking you.
Yeah, fucking crazy. And that, you know, that's not fuckle, and you know, it's you hire people like that, you get the results you get.
Well, yeah. So what if I was to tell you in excluding 2016, so in a 2-year period, these are his jobs: Cresco Labs consultant, COO of Hope Heal and Health, owner and CEO of Medici Products, owner of Grow Smart Solutions, owner of Royal Tile and Flooring, police officer at Woonsocket Police Department, reserve police officer at Woonsocket Police Department. And I guess in 2010, he was an aviation mechanic, but they don't want drunk wife beating fucking weirdos to fix your airplane. So is that not a red flag when you're walking into a fucking police department and you literally have the ability to, through qualified immunity, to terminate and suspend someone's constitutional rights? That you've had 10 jobs in the past 2 fucking years and you have a fucking rap sheet longer than your very small penis.
Longer than someone else's very small penis.
Certainly not.
Yeah, I'm CEO of my company, and we actually interview hundreds of people every year, seriously. And this is why it's like literally they are hiring time bombs like that. And you know, it says everything you need to know about the culture of policing. That person would even be considered for anything, let alone just arrested and just put away. Just hearing this downward spiral of life he has created so far.
Yeah, so really anyone can be a cop. And it's, hi Cindy, late night 702, and Angela, it's very concerning that this guy could become a cop. But I gotta tell you, besides aside from doing a murder investigation, this police officer that they hired has a longer rap sheet than 95% of the people that he's investigating.
All right, absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy. And then it seems to be a collected issue because this all comes from one city hall. You got this fuckknuckle, Chris Roy, that is a piece of turd fuckerson. Okay. Then you have Megan that called him, right? And then you have homophobe Joe that just can't take the hint. You know, this city hall, which is not Woonsocket, this city hall is Warwick, they did the right thing. They finally said enough is enough. This is not the type of behavior we want in our city. This is not a good representation of who we are, our core values, our belief systems here. Debbie, thanks so much. Welcome to we're happy to have you in the AFA family and as a member. This is not a good representation of our core values and our belief systems. This guy's got to go. And then he calls the union and says, hey, listen, I did everything that they said I did. I want to waste more taxpayer money. And then I want to call all the people that saw me do what I did stupid and a fucking liar.
reprehensible.
This fuck knuckle, right?
Absolutely, fuck knuckle and a nut fuckle, combined.
He engages in the high arts of fuck knucklery.
Yes, and so at some point, I didn't know the whole story yet, but at some point, someone decided to create standards in this particular police department, so they got rid of this guy.
No, so I don't know why they got. See, it's very sketchy. I could not get any information as to why he left, but he was a reserve police officer. At the same time, he was a full-time police officer, and he kind of left in a flash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure that chick didn't learn the third time either, and shit got weird.
No, but
allegedly, maybe, I don't know.
He's actually done, or the police union is going.
No. He's no longer a police officer. Currently, he has 2 warrants out for his arrest. He's on the lam after running from a sober home that he was hiding in, trying to avoid the same prosecution that he served upon many other people in his community when he was a cop.
Yeah, pathetic.
So, anyways, thanks for being a police chief. The reason I wanted to do this, and it's real fucking stupid that I did it, but what I said, Leroy didn't know the background of this cop whatsoever. He did not know his arrest record. All I told him was what you guys saw. I want you to pretend to be a cop, ask me my background, this type of shit. And what I'm saying and what you guys are hearing is absolutely fucking absurd. This must be a comedy skit. It's not, because every answer I gave him that wasn't satire, you know what I mean? Like, as far as the arrest record, GED, all that shit, it's all true. And they gave him a job. That's how much of a joke it fucking is to be a cop sometimes. Okay, Leroy Truth, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate you, Josh. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the man, the myth, the legend, Leroy Truth. Leroy Truth Investigations. So, in approximately 3 weeks, AFA will be attending this arbitration hearing. I don't know if I'll be able to film because the hearings are closed. It's an arbitration hearing through the city and the mob union for homophobic janitors. Did you guys know there was a union? Put a 1 in the, hey, Prez Trump, put a 1 in the chat if you knew that there was a union for homophobic janitors. It's like, I should ask Google. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike B for the $5 PayPal. Thank you so much, sir. There must be. Let me check. Is there a union for homophobic janitors? Oh, there is. The SCIU USWW. Perfect. SEIU. Yep. Okay, good. Yep. That's wonderful. There is. Well, it's good to know. No, don't be confused, Brandon. There is actually a union that you can register through. I'm sure it's one of those private ones for homophobic janitors. So, thanks. Another big thing coming up, folks, that's on your radar and mine. Very big deal. And you're going to want to stay tuned for this. It's going to be a big backstory behind it. I have all seen this. I'm going to show you a brief clip because we do have an update for you. And some big things are going to be dropping with this one. We really want to stay on top because you guys have been phenomenal. And I know you love the updates. And to have almost over 800 people here at one point after not doing one of these live streams for over a month is really heartwarming, especially with the close call I had. I was in respiratory failure. And the scariest thing for me was I couldn't talk. I wasn't really concerned about the breathing thing, but I was like, fuck knuckle. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't call someone a fuck knuckle, and it was killing me. All I said was fuck knuckle, and I clasped my silver play plaque. I want to show you this video real quick. I know you guys have seen it. We're just going to watch the intro because this was awesome.
donate. No, I know what the problem is.
Shut your mouth.
I
Shut your mouth.
I don't have to shut my mouth.
Shut your mouth. You know what the problem is that they give idiots like you law degrees, and you have no idea what you're practicing. So be quiet.
Start a problem here?
Hey, Mr.
You're the
Attorney.
problem.
I'm not the problem. You guys are the
Free
problem.
speech is the
I'm
problem.
not part of the sheriff's office.
Well, then don't talk to us. How about that? Keep that mouth shut. I gave you the advice. Then stop. Then make the verbal diarrhea makers make them stop moving. When they do this, then you're good. Well, now they're doing this. Can you do this?
Whatever.
Can you do that?
Whatever.
A little bit of shh.
No.
I was shh.
Sir,
Shh.
stop right now.
Shh.
Hey, sir, can I see your ID?
No.
After the one that hired you back there. That's a good dog.
Shoot.
That's a bad dog. Sit.
Shoot.
Stay. Roll over.
Shoot.
Go. Bad.
Shoot.
Shh.
Shoot. Shoot. Oh, hey.
Shh.
Shoot.
Nelson. Mr. Nelson.
He's calling you.
Mr. Nelson. Shh. Attorney Nelson. Shh.
You should know that, isn't it?
Yeah. What can you just tell me which component of the First Amendment guarantees you privacy in public, and I'll be happy to stop filming you.
Haven't given you permission to film.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. Which component, as an attorney of the First Amendment, requires that I need
I'm not gonna
consent?
debate this with you.
Well, it wouldn't be a debate. It would just be a
All I'm
losing end of
saying,
a
sir,
conversation
I don't
for you.
appreciate filming me. I'm not
Well, I
part-
don't
I'm not
appreciate
part of the
you.
government.
I don't
Whatever
appreciate
you're
your
doing.
mouth moving, but it's still moving, right? I guess we're at an impasse, so keep it closed and let me do my business. Everyone meet this moron. That is David Rick Nelson. Old man Mike, great guy, went out to California, filmed with him. There's a whole laundry list that led us to be there, including some never before seen footage of his arrest that we have now found through records didn't take place. That's right, folks. He was at a casino. Bob, it's great to see you, man. Hope you're all right. He was at a casino and he saw a woman on the top floor of the parking garage, and she was in need of handicap assistance. And the security came out and started mouthing off. So, of course, he pulled out his phone. They trespassed him from the property. And while they're walking him down the stairs, they kept kicking the back of his heel and kicking the back of his heel and kicking the back of his heel until finally he turned around and he said, knock it off, guys. So he gets to a landing. He looks around and he says, I don't think this is the floor. They go to the next floor because a lot of fucking parking. Get to the next floor. He looks around again. The next thing he knows, he's bundled. He's tackled to the ground. This is the Cache Creek Casino. He's bundled, thrown on the ground, and told that he is arrested. He's by the tribal police and security. Finally, the Yolo County Sheriff's Office shows up and releases him from his bondage, and he waits to find out what his charges are. He hears nothing. So we go with him to do some records requests. And finally, as a result of this video, he gets the records. We asked for everything, any radio transmission, any CAD data, any emails, office memos, faxes, smoke signals, farts that had words, anything that included Cache Creek, this guy's name, any incident at all on that night, 2 hours before the incident, all the way up until the next morning. Nothing. As far as Yolo County knew, this incident never existed. The Cache Creek Tribal Police, as far as they were concerned, this incident never existed. So you have an American on sovereign land, kidnapped, thrown in a cage, beaten, and told he's arrested. Now, without video, this could be something you could pass by pretty quickly. Problem is, he's got video. He's got video, and it's not a good look. So we're going to be, and it doesn't appear that it's the Yolo County Sheriff's Office that really did anything here, that did anything wrong. It was the casino who we're going to fucking make miserable. So what I would like to do real quick is show you guys something. Where is it? I want to put moderators. Can you put Old Man Mike's channel in the description? It's not showing up here. I just want the list of all the channels, and it's not working.
Here we go. This might be a little bit easier. Subscribe to so many people. I just want to show you the channel. Almost there. Here we go. Here we go. Old Man Mike. Let me show you his channel so you guys can go subscribe. He doesn't have that many subscribers. We can change that. Right here. Old Man Mike. He has 42 subscribers. He has 2 shorts, 3 videos. One is with me, San Ramon PD at night. That video was absolutely fucking boss. Go show him some love. Tell him AFA sent you, because when this huge story drops, it's going to be dropping over here with Old Man Mike. By the way, he also took Drop Your Pocket to a new level, as I'm sure you guys have seen on the video. I'm doing a friggin' audit. I'm doing a goddamn audit. And he points to the ground. He says, drop your pocket. I look down. There's an actual pocket on the ground. This dude had a bag of tricks. Okay, a bag of tricks. He literally cut out a pocket. Check my PayPal. Oh, Cindy, thank you so much. I'm not paying attention to any messages. So PayPal is thank you, Mike B, News Now 702, Jimmy, and that's gonna be it. Anyways, so I appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to Old Man Mike. Also, subscribe to this lovely lady right here. Every one of you have not subscribed to Bananarana yet. You should. Keep an eye out for the videos that we have coming over the next couple days with Leroy Truth Investigations. Send some prayers out to Police State Productions. His dog has not been doing well. Let's go over some super chats. You can send any last minute ones now if you'd like. Jeremy Young with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Jeremy. Mad Hatter Matt, a $2.99 super sticker. Thank you. Bananarana, $9.99. Thanks for your dedication, Josh. Super chat, and send Josh some love and get well wishes. Imagine I had respiratory failure and I was hospitalized and all hooked up to things just a couple days ago, and I can actually talk right now. Jody Hoover, $4.99. Josh is doing the work. Thanks, Josh and Bananarana. My pleasure. Unindoctrinated for $5. Sends a $5 super sticker. Thank you. Brandon Mitchell for $5 is a little gas. We appreciate it. A little goes a long way. Canada is watching. Always an absolute dog and a G. Keep fighting for our rights for 10 Canadian dollars. Appreciate it. Thank you, brother. Debbie Baker, $10 super sticker. YouTube turns. Please help support AFA's Banana Fund. $5. Thank you. Debbie Baker again with a $10 super sticker. Banana with $1.99. Thank you. Call James Freeman. I do. He sucks. I hate him so much, but I love him. Banner again, $19.99. I don't really have any money, but I want to join the party. Don't worry, I'll pay for that later. 99-cent by Banana. Quincy says, love the show, bro. Can't wait till you come to Indianapolis. Would love to join you. Quincy, bro. I've been to Indy before. A ton of videos at the IMPD. In fact, I think I'm the only activist to shut down IMPD's scanner. That's a true story. They are so fucking huge. It's almost impossible to even get them to limit the calls over the radio. One night, we actually shut them down. I would love to go back again. Bananarana with $1.99, way better than Bumble messaging. Debbie Baker for $10. Again, thank you, Debbie. Prez Trump. Hi from Sandersdale. Defund the police. Absolutely. RJ, thank you so much for gifting out another 10 members. And guys, if you are a member, please feel free to head over to the community page to check out the members posts to figure out how to best get access to your members perks. There are a lot. I've been traveling, so I've been kind of slacking a little bit on our members groups and all the other things. But we are back at it. Thank you guys so much. Phyllis, great to see you. Patrick again. Oh, you're too kind, 702. I appreciate you guys. You are the very best of what this channel is. And I got to tell you one thing. It's so humbling. I'm a decent size channel, right? And I don't tell anybody anything. When I was in the hospital, the only person that knew was my family and Banana. And of course, Banana finds out I just get home and now I'm in the hospital for respiratory failure. Like I'm not breathing at all. And she's on a plane the next day flying down here. I didn't tell anybody. And when people finally found out, they were like, "Oh my God, we should have, you should have told us." Well, I'm kind of, oh, Lori, hey, Lori, I'm kind of quiet when it comes to that stuff. I am in otherwise good health. We're being told that it was complications of like possibly a couple months ago, I had like bronchitis. And it like settled in as like a walking pneumonia, and it just got to me over time. And then the low oxygen in the plane, perfect type of storm. I'm back. I'm good. Everything's great. I'm working. It's not a permanent thing. There were no long-term side effects, but and Jody's right. I am pretty top secret. But I know that every single one of you guys out there, even the trolls, have great. You guys are awesome. I fucking love you. Whether you love me or you hate me, and I do have to, Andre. I love you all. So I thank you for being my best support system, for being here every week when we do these updates, for sending the emails. I try and get back to all of them. I will do better if I can. And if I miss one, just keep sending them. They could go to spam. Just remember, also, guys, thank you, Banana. I got her sick, whatever. You can get merch whenever you want. 100% of the proceeds go to Team Shane over at Support Shane. I just showed you the new fucking accountability for all. You get to film the police. Huge things coming with Leroy. If you guys look up the web domains, ID for what? FOR, ID for what? ID, the number 4 what.com. They don't exist anymore. They're purchased. 1776 University has been purchased. A lot of big things in the pipeline. And it's just because we want to keep reevaluating our situation, raising the stakes, raising the bars, and bringing you guys the very best of what this community and those in this community have to give back. And the things that we're going to be bringing you have never been done before. So keep an eye out for idforwhat.com, 1776 University. Subscribe to our friends, Leroy Truth Investigations, Old Man Mike, Banana Anna, to name a few, and all the members, moderators, and people watching. We appreciate and love y'all. Until the next time, that's the reason I stopped you today.